Okie dokie. We are back again. Happy, thankful, grateful. You know, ate some food. It was pretty good. Want to eat some more. It's going to be great. We're going to go ahead and continue with our Title 49 CFR links. Yeah. So these are things that you want to be looking at. So basically, we're in the regulations that govern what sort of activities, programs, benefits, protections, guidelines, all that's in here. Went in and I pulled out the ones that I felt were very relevant to what we do specifically or what we should be aware of. We just saw some powerful information in part one with being able to get credit, there's credit assistance programs, short-term lending programs for disadvantaged businesses, you know, all kind of funding right there with the FMCSA, which is, I think, great because you keep everything right in one spot opposed to working with all these different kind of lenders. And with the FMCSA, because it is government, like there's protections and stuff like that that they have built in place to make sure we get it. And it's for, participation. So, I mean, come on now. When working in this industry, especially moving stuff across ground, you're gonna want to do hazardous materials, or you may have a customer base where that's a sort of commodity that you get involved with if your agents are prospecting for those sort of customers. So definitely want to have an overview, or at least an understanding of what it is that you have to do and be aware of. I would say that's important because, excuse me, we go to these trainings which are great, and it's awesome that they exist. We have to remember that those individuals have condensed this information into what it is that they know is needed for it to meet the requirement, but it does not necessarily mean it has everything in there for you to be able to understand how to use it appropriately when you need to. Definitions for words and phrases. So I'm not gonna, because y'all adults, so you can read and see. But I'm gonna look through some of it because I'm definitely interested as well. Person, all right, okay, ooh, boom, and the regs. Ooh, oh, you can email them. Nice. Oh, no, I don't want to leave. I'll stay. DOT docket management system. Oh, that's all the regulations. What are those? Please select any document again. Pipeline. Yeah, I ain't interested in that too much. I ain't going in it, but it's there. Hazardous materials. Here's our rule making, program procedures. That's probably where I should have been at. That might be a little bit more specific because that other one was boring. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we might get into it right now. Purpose and scope, issuance, modification, and termination of special permits. Okay. Special permit, supporting documents written in English, hazardous materials. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so this is whatever. This is probably what those hazardous material classes are for. To teach you about that, because that was boring. Uh, okay, okay, they get some training for it. Let's see what they talking about. Maybe they giving away free training for it. Mm. Yeah, they're just giving out some information. Yeah, they talking about the different classes. Damn, boom slow, boom slow. Training, free. FMCSA for hazardous materials. Right there in our face. Right there in our face. Right there in our face, y'all. So yeah, pretty valuable stuff in this. Oh, here's some shippers requirements. All right, let's see. Trying to color shippers general requirements for shipments and packaging. Okay. So now this would be good because now you can have a pretty informed conversation with your hazmat shipper because now you know what regulations they have to go by. Look, gives you what it is. So they tell you the class, get the division number, boom, boom. Tell you right what it is, what we was looking at before. Boom. Go look at that, boom, the tables. Boom, sloom. Man, listen. I used to always tell people, man, if you just listen to what I tell you to do, you'll be fine. If you just do exactly what I tell you to do, and you'll be fine. Ooh, so hazmat if you want to be by rail, aircraft. What's the other one? Vessel, public highway, specifications for packaging, continuing qualification and maintenance of packaging. Oh, wow. That's dope. All right, so that didn't take long. So, yeah, if you want to do hazmat stuff, boom, Sloan, get in there. His freaking training in there. Boom. That's dope. That's dope right there. So now we're going to move into the Department of Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, aka FMCSA. And we got some DOT that's going to be inside of that as well. So let's see what's up with the civil rights. Okay. Just letting you know what you can do. I'm interested. What's the purpose of this? Okay. How do you apply this part? Nice. Okay. That's dope. You can print these. Look, all available. It's all free information too. You see the link to it. Let's see. So now we're gonna do compliance with the emission standard emotion standards. Okay. If somebody want to nerd out, if you're interested in this, probably somebody interested in that. This be valuable for them, for sure, for sure. Oh, look, inspections. So that's important for us. It's good for an agent to know this about their carrier. It's good for a carrier to know this about themselves. Motor Carrier Safety Assistance Program. Funding for driver safety training, basically. Commercial motor vehicle. Three-year period. Safety measure. Boom. Check that out. Routing regulations. Let's see. This is what we should be doing. Like something, you know, somebody should be saying, this is what you need to be going to these and looking through. Well, I'm saying it, but, you know, it's valuable to spend this time when you're making a business decision, especially if you come into this industry to become a carrier. You know, you're gonna buy a truck, it's good $200,000 or something, and expense and liability right off of the bat with just equipment. You should know this stuff, bro. Definitely, this should be something that they walk in the door and you just got this book in your hand. But that's what I'm creating right now, so everybody can just hope. Once somebody type this up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Oh, okay. Yep. That's good to know. Tell you about your fees before you get in and the insurance that you'll get. You know what? Hold on. Let me see something real quick. I glanced over that. Give me a minute. I'm interested in this actually. Fees for registration. Okay. Related services. Certificate. Okay. Payment. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. So to get the DOT number, $300. Temporary authority to provide emergency relief in response of a natural. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Boom, boom. Actually, you know what? Did I misinterpret that? Did I misinterpret what I read? Yeah, temporary. So you can only get it 30 days. Yeah, sorry, y'all. I overlooked where it said temporary. Self-insure for qualification as a self-insurer. That's when you got your own. Danger mouse. Mmm. Fascinating. Self-insure yourself, huh? Okay. Okay. So broker, certain foreign carriers, broker or freight forwarder, $300. Hold on, I'm gonna go back to that. I was trying to see if it said somewhere this was for the broker, but it didn't. So boom. Petition to interpret or clarify an operating authority, 3K. Jeez Louise. Seeking a modification of an operating authority. Renew. Ooh, to transport explosives, huh? Hmm. That's what we're just talking about. Request for a name change, $14. Ooh. An application involving the merger, transfer, or lease of the operating rights of motor passenger and property carriers, property brokers, and household goods freight forwarders. That's strong. That's strong right there. I like that. That means that could be a real good amount of cooperation going on. And we were just trying to. Or even had the idea that it might be possible, right? Because there's definitely some benefit to it if they saying, if people have done this, return check. Okay. I like that one. That was good. Yeah, you gotta get a process agent. Process agent is like the what's that person at your business? Uh that's supposed to do your mail and stuff for you. Your registered agent. So the process agent is just for the DOT. Basically. They do something like it's like complicated. It's something they know how to do. But that's basically it. Everybody that's getting an MC number has to do that. I have my brokerage tried to do that. I mean ginger candy, y'all. Sorry. That time of day. Ginger candy time. All right. So we got process agents. That's what they'll need as a MC number. Why this is good for us to be doing is because if you're a person who wants to come in and work at a dispatching company, you could come in the door already having a pretty decent understanding of what it takes to become a carrier, what those insurance requirements are, right? Registration and insurance fees. Just by looking at this, we can educate anybody that would like to come into the industry and tell them exactly how much it costs and not pay for these trainings. Just this could be the last training you ever purchase. This be the last one anyone ever buy. Best one. Come on now. That's all I gotta do. Do a little due diligence, and it's gonna help us because it's teaching us to research and reference. It's giving us more ideas to use while we have this authority that we paying money for. Is very, very important. You got, having an authority to be able to move a truck, be a broker to be able to get shipments moved from point A to point B. Like that's so important to the economy of the United States of America, of any place. Knowing how to do this or understanding this is very important. Yeah, I'm a kind of loud drinker, but come on. Mm. Registration to operate in municipalities in the United States, on the United States, Mexico. Okay, border. Got it. So Canada's and shits. And Mexico. hmm hmm Reports of motor carriers. What's this? Mm. Annual report. Must file an a motor carrier annual report form M. So remember that, agents. Your carrier got to do this every year. We should be probably offering to do that as a part of our service, right? Claims process. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So valuable. Coming into this industry, we have a high level, not high level, but accidents happen. As a agent slash dispatcher, you probably want to know how to file claims, right? You want to know what that process entails, or at least know that it exists so you can help your carrier with that. Do research and figure out how to get it done. And it seems like it's this right here. Hmm. Usually we would just tell them what to do with it, but boom, this tells you about your claims right here and how to process the damaged goods. We just tell them we wait, and if the shipper said get rid of it, they would just keep it or whatever. Sometimes it was food and shit. It was kind of dope. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Brokers are property. Let's see what they're saying about brokers. The authority that governs the brokers is here. We're not going to go through all of these. There's some of them that I find interesting. I pulled some already too, though. You know what I mean? I ain't going to have us going through all of them super long like that. I simplified it for us. But you should look at all of them. Look at all of them. All right, so a broker means a person who, for compensation, arranges or offers to arrange the transportation of property by an authorized motor carrier. All right, that is what a broker is. A person who, for compensation, arranges or offers to arrange the transportation of property by an authorized motor carrier. Who that sound like? Watch this. Dispatcher. A person who, for compensation, arranges or offers to arrange the transportation of property by an authorized motor carrier. Motor carriers, or persons who are employees or bona fide agents of carriers, are not brokers within the meaning of this section when they arrange or offer to arrange the transportation of shipments which they are authorized to transport, and which they have accepted and legally bound themselves to transport. All right. All right. Okay. This is what we're supposed to be writing this down. All right. Because we talked about our different roles that exist within the industry. All right. We specifically did not mention the term dispatcher. We talked about them, but I kept saying agent because, as we talked about before, that term does not exist. I mean, carrots. So that's why I wasn't using it, because now we're here, right? We're in our regulation. And it's telling us what a broker means. A person who for compensation arranges or offers to arrange the transportation of property by a motor carrier. Motor carriers or persons who are employees or bona fide agents of carriers are not brokers within the meaning of this section when they arrange or offer to arrange the transportation of shipments which they are authorized to transport and which they have accepted. All right. So we know what a broker is. Now we also know dispatcher is a bona fide agent or employee of the motor carrier, right? Get out of here with that dispatcher. You're an agent. You know what they call a person who go work at a brokerage? They don't call them freight dispatchers. Call them freight agents. Look like that's what the FMCSA considers you to be as well. Stand up. All right. A bona fide agent. Persons who are a part of the normal organization of a motor carrier and perform duties under the carrier's directions pursuant to a pre-existing agreement which provides for a continuing relationship, precluding the exercise of discretion on the part of the agent in allocating traffic between the carrier and others. You see? Allocating traffic between the carrier and others. It don't say carrier and broker. They say others, right? Sound like you got the same authority as a broker do. Sound like somebody should be telling these bona fide agents to talk to shippers so you can get you some others and stop just working with them. Brokerage or brokerage service. Also, this tells you what else too. Carriers can operate like brokers. You don't need a brokerage. That's what I'm getting as an implication. I guess that's what you call it. Well, an assumption. But there is some implications there, so they both fit. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Arranging of transportation or the physical movement of a motor vehicle or of property. It can be performed on behalf of a motor carrier, consignor, or consignee. That's cool. So brokerages can do this, and they don't even need a carrier. They can just do it through the those endpoints. I'm good. They can arrange multiple types of agreements. Non-brokerage. What other service? performed by a broker on behalf of a motor carrier. Interesting. The broker keep a record of every transaction. That's why the broker has a TMS. That's what they're saying you must do. You should bill a lading, right? What we talking about right here? Bill a lading. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Broker status. All right. I'm 6 and 9 on them. So if you want to be a broker, you should be checking this out before you become a broker. This is to tell you what you got to do. Look, tell you what you got to have on your website. Right here. Look at that. So I'll be saying this every time. There you go. Tell you how you're supposed to be operating as a broker. Right here. Print it out. Let's go. If you want to. I know you bought it, but Bird 6553, BYRD 6553 is my cash app. You can hit it. Or throw me something at PayPal, Team Regal Industries. You know, I'm gonna set up a little donation demo on some other places. Holla at me. Holla at me. Terminal areas, I'm not sure what that is, but you know, check it out. Receipts and bills. Let's see. Dealing with the finance. Definitely want to check that out. Yeah, it's for motor carriers. Every motor carrier subject to this shall issue a receipt or a bill of lading for a property tendered for transportation in interstate. So this is what I'll let y'all read that and see what that's telling you. I'm finna eat another carrot. Go ahead and hit that cash out for me. Because that's big right there. You see that they telling you as a carrier, they expecting for you to be talking to shippers directly. Because they telling the carrier to create the bill of lading. Even at the brokerages I worked with, the only time they had to create a bill of lading is when the shipper asked them to. Other than that, the shipper got to do it. But in this instance, we learned that this is what the FMCSA is assuming you're doing already. Shall issue a receipt or bill of lading, and this means you can do a tender to another carrier, do a rate confirmation to them, or you can do a bill of lading, either one. But this receipt, this gives you the ability to do a rate confirmation, which is why carriers need to have a TMS. And there's a lot of carriers that come into this industry and all they have is a load board and an email. That's it. And they should have a TMS because it looks like the FMCSA is basically trying to tell you you need to be working with shippers. Look, freight. And so you have to keep a record of the information very similar to how the broker does. Here's your expense bills, exempt, whatever that means. The carrier and shipper may elect to waive the above provisions and use a more streamlined record keeping or documentation system for distribution of low value packages. This includes the option of shipping such packages under provisions. The shipper is responsible ultimately for determining which packages should be designated as low value. Freight forwarders. Each freight forwarder must issue the shipper a receipt or through bill of lading. Okay, confirmation. All right. Well, those are receipts and bills that you got to produce. If you want to be a passenger carrier, see the regulations for that. Some people do want to do this. A friend of mine was telling me about a idea he had, and it did involve carrying passengers. This would be great to know right here because now you know the regulations for that. Yeah, we got a lot of knowledge in here on that. The equipments. Oh, that's for the big buses. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, I would imagine any kind of passenger vehicle. Yeah. Nice. That is for charter buses, transportation of household goods, and interstate commerce. Let's see. Imagine how happy a carrier would be to know that the dispatcher that he's going to be working with in the future is walking in with, well, I'm sorry, not dispatcher, the agent that's coming and offering their services to you. Actually, let's go ahead and put it out there. The freight acquisition manager that's coming and offering their services to you knows about all these regulations that are there to protect you, to let you know about funding that's available, right? Not just walking up and saying, hey, I can do your W-9s for you and your invoices. I can do all your back office, making it seem like it's a lot. It's not a lot. That's why dispatchers have to, or they try to work with multiple carriers at the same time. But if you understood as working as an agent and you working in that position where you have this MC number now is yours, you can utilize it and have the same authority. Why would you not be trying to develop this carrier as much as possible by talking to shippers? Oh, that's right, because don't nobody be telling y'all about that. Being greedy is bad, bro, because that's where that come from. Somebody at some point got greedy, and usually that person that get greedy end up being a person that's trying to do the least amount of work. They want to get something for nothing. and then that person gets looked at because they doing nothing and getting something. They that's the model that people go after. That's what. Yeah, and then now everybody does it. Well, I go to a dispatching course. All of the terminology that they trying to condense is all right in here. It's all right here for free. Y'all welcome. But you got to do the work. If you're going to enter business, right? Why would you not want to enter it and be the best that you can be? Why you want to enter it doing shortcuts? Bro, you must include this. Look at this. How many carriers got this? And it say you must. But also, how many of y'all is messing with the shippers? See, this is where the brokers slid in at. Because a lot of the brokers do be trying to tell customers that y'all don't understand what's going on. And in a way, they're correct. They are correct. Because look at this. They saying to the shippers, it's not saying to your broker. Must have an arbitration program for individual shippers. Look, look. Tell you how to run your business. Why? Come on, this man, agents. Come on now. This make your company so strong. Look at this. What information must I provide to a prospective individual shipper? Come on, man. When you provide the written estimate to a prospective individual shipper, you must also provide the individual shipper with the following documents. Come on, y'all. This doing it for me. I ain't even got to really tell y'all now. It's right here. The FMCSA is telling you. You can work with shippers. Come on now. Ready to move. The contents of Appendix A. So when you reach out to the shipper, that's what you're supposed to have in there. So this means that this is what brokers is going to say they're supposed to do this too. The estimate of charges. Notice of the availability. Look, tell you what's got to be in your contract with your customer. How y'all know the broker got all this stuff in those agreements with them? Tell you the font size and everything. Come on now. Collect charges upon delivery. In your estimate. Oh, okay. So this is if something going on. You can extend credit, but you got to do it within accordance to this. Let's see what this says. Now use a charge or credit card plan for payments. Okay, so yeah, your customer can pay with a credit card if you want. 15 days. You must automatically extend the credit period for a total of 30 calendar days for any shipper who has not paid your invoice within a 7-day period. For charges impractical, you may extend the credit beyond the 30 days. Okay. You will assess a service charge to each individual. Look at this. You're probably missing out on money. People out there don't even realize. You must deny credit to any shipper who fails to pay. Must deny it. And here's the thing: I bet moving companies, you don't have to tell them to talk to shippers because they know you got to go talk to the person who needs their home moved. You could work with brokers on that too. Mm, there you go. Tell you everything on how to work with shippers. So valuable. All right. So that was transportation household goods, right? Lease and interchange of vehicles. This finna blow y'all mind open. Let me pause real quick. So boom, we've got very important information in here that we can find that can help us. We see those definitions. So all the way through part 300 basically is the one that deals with us, but I got the shortcuts here for us. So I pulled out the regs that specifically talk about what we're discussing is the motor carrier, broker, freight forwarder. Again, I told you about those roles that have authority, which are these three. Um, they don't mention dispatchers in here like we've seen already, and they're agents, bona fide agents or employees. So let's really be determined and deliberate about what we're saying and doing when we're entering business, right? Looking for these appropriate partnerships. So that concludes this portion. I'm going to come back here in a second with part 3. So I want to try to keep these not too long. Come back with part 3, and then we'll do the condensed version of going through, and we're going to look at registration, but we already did most of that. So those will be quick. We will go through some more of these definitions of a motor carrier, freight forwarder, that sort of thing. We're going to talk about lease and interchange of vehicles, right? That's very important for us to know we can do. We also going to talk about agreements with shippers where you have to do invoicing, how to collect from them. So, yeah. All right. I'll see y'all in part 3. Appreciate you.